Yo, what's up everybody? Today we're going to be doing some more of the Umineko episode 6 playthrough. Haven't really had much time to play within these last 2 days. So yeah, obviously I'm really quite tired today. I've just had work. So yeah, I'll be probably just doing a short little session today. And you know, we're going to be getting through just a tiny little chapter. And yeah, I'm really quite excited to see what's actually going to happen regarding you know, everything that we learned about last time. So obviously feathering that is a must have in terms of excitement. And you know, Beatrice the Elder, I want to learn more about her, and I really do wonder if we're going to learn about Basila's you know, sin and everything that has happened that has made him unable to you know, discover it as well. Like, there's not just the sin that he's committed, but why he hasn't been able to discover it. Why was it blanked? Why was it buried so much into the darkness and completely blanked away from him? I do wonder. And yeah, I'm quite excited just to see you know, everything regarding how the story actually progresses. So yeah, let's see what we do. Maybe we're going to see the murders of the first Twilight today. Oh my god, if we did, that would actually be really quite cool. But I don't know, I kind of feel like... No, actually, I deliberately don't want to see the murders of the first Twilight today because I'm tired. Back then, and I guess I still am, a bit of a klutz. I thought that was like a really offensive word until I looked it up. I always forget where I put things, or think I've locked something up when I've forgotten. Well, okay, I forget where I put things, and I forget to... Whenever I have a task that I want to do, in my head I'm just thinking, like, do this. And then, let's say, for example, I'm downstairs and I need to go up to my room to do something. When I'm upstairs in my room, I completely forget to do it. So, yeah, I am a klutz as well. Caused a lot of trouble. Yeah, that must be really quite inconvenient for especially a servant job. Oh God, yeah. Yeah, I can see that, yeah. I remember how Aunt Natty used to get mad at you all the time. Oh, right, but eventually Shannon managed to overcome all that forgetfulness. That is lucky, my god. Yeah, to be fair, how do you do that? Oh, and how do you do that? You have got to be kidding me, it's that simple. And to be fair, that's really time consuming, and to be fair, I'm kind of surprised about the fact that, you know, in a job as... to be fair, I'd assume that her servant related job is either... I'd assume it's either really relaxed or just constant work. I don't know. I feel like there's no difference between the two though. I don't know. It's either really relaxed or just constant work. It's one of the extremes. I feel like it would be constant work. If it was really relaxed, then the hours would have to be like maybe, I don't know, maybe the entire day. It wasn't anything big, but I got into the habit of writing things down. Yeah, a good one, yeah. I'd write down wherever I put something important. That is fair, yeah. For things that happened often, I made a checklist and always made sure, yeah, always made sure to check it. Oh god. Oh, this is going to be interesting. So? Oh my god, did you see Beatrice or didn't you? Well, yeah, a lot of room for conversation. I just love that Enika's completely dismissive of any conversation whatsoever, and she's just asking Shannon whether she saw Beatrice or not. That's hilarious. I didn't see her directly. Oh, this is going to be interesting. But, well... Some very strange things did. Interesting. I wonder what she's actually going to talk about. She was talking about a certain summer night. Shannon had been doing the nightly rounds. From her perspective, it was a ghost story. From the witch's perspective, it was just the story of a little summer's night. Oh, that's interesting. By the way, hold up a sec, I forgot to do something. Right, okay, that is better. Right. That is actually really quite interesting. Oh, I'm assuming that she has had full knowledge of where her checklist was, but at the same time it's disappeared without anybody apart from her being able to actually move the checklist. That's what I'm assuming. I wonder what happens. Hmm. Oh my god, it's Beatrice the Elder. Little sister. Oh, that's going to be interesting. Do you understand the anti-magic toxin that humans possess? Oh god, that is definitely something that is key to understand if you want to actually make a living in this world. Well, not really make a living, but live. What is it, Onesama? Well, yeah, the time of witches has long since passed. Oh my god. Those vile humans who claim to rule over everything came to deny our existence and possess a powerful toxin. Yeah, definitely. Is that toxin harmful to us? Hell yeah. It is extremely dangerous. Oh my god, look at her expression. It is really quite interesting how the sprites of Beatrice the Elder actually vary compared to normal Beatrice. They just look more old, and they look... Her eyes look... No, her eyes are made at a different angle, and secondly, they're... I think they're rotated a bit. And they're wider, yet they're shorter. No wait, they may be the same height. I don't know. There's just a distinctively different look, which I actually really like. And you know, we've never seen this sprite for Beatrice before. It is extremely dangerous. If we were exposed to it, our forms would probably evaporate in an instant. Jesus Christ! I wonder how you know, some of the most powerful witches in the game, like for example Featherin. I wonder what would happen if she was exposed to, you know, the magic toxin in the anti-magic toxin in just her true form. However, one thing we do have in favour is the fact that our existence is still extremely weak. Oh, that's good. Still, yeah, because of that, the toxin does not affect us greatly. God, at worst, it can only transform us into mist for a time. I love that she's saying at worst as a method of consolation, but at the same time, you know, something like that, it still does seem horrible. Yeah. However, we'd rather avoid it if we can, right? Correct. Yes, I see you were indeed me. I like that, yeah, you catch on quickly. The older sister appeared to be haughty at first. Oh, no, I see that, yeah. I feel like, at first, it was just complete suspicion, but at the same time now, you know, she's decided to become a little bit more lenient, yeah, but perhaps, because she was so happy to have met her, oh no, seriously, her double and little sister, she was more than willing to teach her anything she wanted to know. That is really nice, yeah. The first thing she taught was that they were witches. Yeah, a different type of being than humans. Beltor had thought of her inability to use magic meant she wasn't a witch. Oh no way, but apparently she was still a witch nonetheless. And she learned that witches like her were bound by various limitations, unlike humans. Yeah, that is interesting. Yeah. The greatest of those restrictions was the anti-magic toxin possessed by humans. Yeah. What the fuck? Oh, it's a moth. Hi, moth. Are you gonna, like, get out of my monitor? Thank you. I am not crazy. I am not crazy. I thought I should just probably put that out there right now. Yeah, but no, I do see that, yeah. Isn't it really quite ironic that a lot of the limitations that witches have aren't similar whatsoever to, you know, that of a human being? It's just really quite funny that even though the witches have so much power, they still have limitations that probably disadvantage them more than they ever could a human being. Like, you know, for example, they can't go near any human being. Like, you know, that could potentially mean no socialization, and that could then mean a high chance of, you know, losing your mind, really.
人間の視界に入ってはならない
No, but the only thing is,
と
like,
いうことですね。
I mean, even though you have any magic in the world, if you're a witch who only wants to live on Earth, then my god, I can't imagine how horrible that would be. So in other words, we mustn't enter a human's field of vision. Yeah.
その通りだ。
Correct.
人間の目は毒を放つものと同じに考えよ。
You can think of it as though human eyes radiate the toxin.
奴らに見られるということ
I
は
see.
身を焼かれるのと同じことだ。
If the sea was the same as your body being, but I like
それ
that,
には
yeah.
劣るが、聞かれること、気取られることすらも毒を含む。
And though the effect is weaker, being heard or sensed could also result in contact with that really surprises me, but yeah.
私たちは人間に近づくだけでも大変なのですね。
I wonder if she still thinks if Battler is a human or not. So even just getting close to humans is dangerous for us. Wasn't Father a human? Yeah. Well, it's because of the fact that he has a total devotion into witches and the belief of magic, I would assume. Why am I not burnt by Father's toxin?
我らが魔力を蓄え、
Yeah.
それを人間も認めたなら、その毒は限りなく軽減される。
Because of the fact that Battler is totally devoted to his goal of actually saving Beatrice. I mean, he normally would have a lot of magic denial power because of the fact that he is trying to create a human culprit. But at the same time, I feel like there's kind of an exception because of the fact that Battler's trying to, you know, Battler's trying to get up to paradise so that he can actually be with Beatrice. Like a certain other story. If you know, you know. If we stock up magical power and have it acknowledged by humans, that toxin can be reduced drastically.
我らの存在を認めさせることが、人間たちから毒を失わせ、
Yeah. In other words, by having our existence acknowledged by humans, we make them lose their
再び
toxin.
彼らの前に降臨することもできるというわけだ。
Yeah, making it possible for us to appear before them once more.
なるほど。
See.
今の私たちは基本的に人間たちのいぬ間のみに存在できるわけですね。
Simply put, as we are now, we can only exist when humans aren't around.
魔力がまだまだ足りぬわらわたちは
Yeah, we are still very lacking in magical
人
power.
影に怯え、物陰にこそこそと隠れる野良猫にも劣る存在というわけよ。
That's absurd. We are still very lacking in magical power, which makes us inferior to even a stray cat hiding from humans in the shadow. That's absurd. The main goal of the older sister was to gain a large supply of magical power and be revived as a great witch strong enough to have no fear of the anti-magic. Yeah, no, I see that, yeah. So Featherin wouldn't really be affected even if there was a severe anti-magic toxin, I suppose. For that purpose, she had wandered around the mansion night after night. Yeah, striving to regain her magical power and reduce the anti-magic power of the humans. Yeah, the powerful previous Beatrice, whom she had read about in Featherin's library. Oh yeah, that is interesting, yeah. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Had appeared openly in front of humans and had even toyed at them with Will. According to her big sister... Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely, I don't disagree. Yeah, such a level of power was most impressive.
人前に堂々と姿を現し、魔法を自由自在
Oh
とな。
no, I see that, yeah. Isn't it just so weird to think that there were so many people in Rokkenjima who were just totally inconvenienced? Well, I mean, obviously, if you if you don't think about the fact that they're complete illusions. Like, there are just so many people that are so absurdly inconvenienced, and, you know, their lives are made hellish and, you know, unimaginably boring as well. No socialization at all. I mean, I can't imagine how it must be. I mean, I'm actually really quite impressed that, you know, Beatrice the Elder has enough, you know, she is able to make it so that she's a nice person, really. To think that a witch could appear only openly before humans and use magic at will. A witch like that would be so great that I can hardly. That is interesting. That just totally gives a perspective of. Oh yeah, yeah. Is that what we will eventually become? Yes.
お屋敷の人間たちの前に堂々と姿を現し、魔法や眷属を次々に召喚できる。まるで絵本の中の魔女のようですらありました。
No, I do see that. Yeah, she was like a witch from a picture book, appearing openly before the humans of the mansions and summoning magic and underlings.
夢のある話だ。
How inspiring.
それがわらわたちの未来ならば、努力に励む張り合いがあるというもの。
No, I see that, yeah. If that is our future, it means that all of our hard work will have been worth the effort.
そうですね。
That's right.
それでお姉様。
Anyway, on this
そのための努力と、こうして窓の鍵を開けて回ることに、どんな関係が
Anyway, on this summer, how is that girl connected to going around unlocking windows? Was that a prank that she's doing? It was in the middle of the night. They were following behind servants. Oh, you dick! Oh my god, that's hilarious. They were following behind servants who were checking the locks on the doors and windows. And undoing those locks after the servants thought they had been set. Oh my god, no, serious. That is funny, to be fair. You can't deny it. If I'm more like a child's prank than the work of a witch.
これこそが大魔女へ至る道なのだ。
I love that you can seriously say that this is the path that leads to becoming a great witch. A great bitch? Fair enough, that's not even wrong. All journeys begin with a single step. I do see that. To those who cannot understand, that first step may look quite foolish from time to time. Fair enough. However, it is still a momentous first step. So let's say, for example, if you, I don't know, you go to university and then you go to your boss and say, I don't know, hey boss, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I don't know, just something ridiculous that would instantly get you rejected in an interview. Though it's ridiculous, in Beatrice's logic, it's still a first step. But to be fair though, you can't actually deny that because you still have made the commute and you have made the journey. But at the same time, you haven't psyched yourself up for it and you haven't prepared yourself for it. So I don't really know how much you could say validly that, you know, that's the first part of the journey. Because, let's be honest, that's kind of ridiculous. With pride, it's so making the first step for mankind on the surface. I love that. On the surface of the moon, the older sister undid the lock on a window with a click. Do you not understand, little sister? It's fun. To be fair though, it is fun. And as a result of that, you have less boredom, which makes you more motivated to, you know, keep carrying on with your journey and not fall victim to despair and boredom, really. Do you not understand, little sister? Can't you see why a little thing like this is so momentous? Momentous. No one there. Someone has sense. I don't really understand. The older sister closed her eyes lightly, smiled, and opened the unlocked window. Oh, crag. Cool outside air flowed in, making the curtains flutter. Let us put it in the toxin-filled words of a human. We're not supposed to exist on this island. Yeah, no, I see that. Yeah, illusions aren't actually meant to exist on Rokkenjima. I should go further. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, right now there is no one in this corridor. Yeah, and yet the lock has been undone and the window has been opened. Not when you fabricate a truth of a human culprit. Can you not see how great a miracle, a work of magic, a proof of our existence that is? Even you should understand the coolness of this breeze. I do understand. It's nice and cool. Oh no, I see that, yeah. The coolness, the softness of the breeze. And the feeling of the fluttering curtain touching your hair. Yeah, I could imagine that being really quite beautiful, yeah. But yeah, that is true. Yeah, all of these things show that we were truly here. Yeah. Isn't it really quite interesting to think that these people, even though they are considered as illusions from anybody else's eyes, it's just really quite ironic that, you know, these people are not just the products of illusions. It's as if they are conscious illusions. They are not meant to be there, but at the same time, like, I don't really know. I was going to say that they are objectively there, but then, because of the fact that it's an illusion, like, are they objectively there? It's just really quite interesting to think, like, are these witches actually here? Oh yeah, she's learning one of the biggest things ever. So by unlocking the window like this, we can leave behind proof that we really did exist. Yeah, that does make sense. Yeah, that makes way more sense now, yeah. And that's why I unlocked it. Of course, it wasn't just small pranks like opening a window. No, but at the same time, now that we think about it, it is really quite not only unlikely, but also impossible for anybody else. On first thought, it could be, you know, next to impossible for somebody to actually be able to do it. Especially if you accurately analyse the locations of everybody before you had actually... before the window had actually been opened. If you found that everybody was either, you know, in their individual locations, you could think that there's no alibi, and then you could think that everyone's lying, and then who do you blame is the question. Because, like, for example, I don't know, Kraus and Natsuhi, they'd be in their separate bedrooms, so would Jessica. Like, you know, 3 people already that, you know, have no alibi. It could be any one of those. How do you make from that a person likely to do it? Oh yeah, of course it wasn't small pranks like opening a window. She could also smash windows and vases or leave behind strange fires and mysterious scribbles. Well, it sounds very, very useful. If Beatrice was somebody in the 21st century, a 21st century Gen Z person, they'd probably be drawing penises everywhere. In fact, one time she actually did play a large-scale prank in the kitchen. Oh my god, what did she do? Piling up kitchenware in an eerie manner and leaving behind a bizarre scribble. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Which scared the servants considerably. That's actually really quite interesting. I would have loved to seen the scene. Oh my god. Like, just how it looked from the viewpoint of a, you know, a kitchen porter or, I don't know, just anyone in there or a servant. It was a complete success. I love that she's just totally hiding away. Poor Kumasawa though. She really managed to scare the servants and had succeeded in making them acknowledge the existence of a magic, weakening the anti-magic toxin. Yeah, that is actually really quite interesting. However, she usually chose to make her presence known by unlocking windows. Yeah. I mean, I suppose it symbolises it, but it's not practical. The act of unlocking symbolised her release from the limitations imposed by the human's toxin. I mean, to be fair, it very loosely symbolises it, because obviously, if you unlock one window, it doesn't mean that you're going to entirely have the toxin go out along with the air. Oh yeah. Isn't it really quite interesting that Beatrice's entire life of, I don't know, 6 years, or however long she has lived, we don't really know enough about that, but yeah, it's just really quite funny that it's all gone to ruling Rokkenjima, and then the 4 game boards have happened, and then it's just as if it was for no purpose whatsoever, because obviously Basilar has defeated Beatrice. One day I will, well, to be fair, episode 7 and 8, we can't forget about those. I'm assuming she's going to become very significant in those 2 chapters. One day we will become a single witch and rule over all of Rokkenjima. When that time comes, we will gain complete freedom and will be capable of stretching our wings as we please. We won't have to be afraid of anyone's gaze anymore. Yeah, that is brilliant. Yeah, we'll be able to fly wherever we wish, disappear wherever we want. Yeah, there won't be any prison regarding Kinzo actually holding Beatrice back. Laugh however we like, prank however we like, talk of anyone we want to. By the way, what I do find really interesting is that because of Basilar's sin, people die, as proclaimed in red. Even though, you know, here you would have thought, to be honest, I thought if somebody would have died because of Basilar's sin, it's just really interesting how we see Beatrice's motive so detract from the actual killer's motive. Dude, I just genuinely wonder who Basilar has actually, you know, done something to. That is, if he's actually done something to somebody else. Yeah, I think, isn't it just really quite interesting to think that, you know, these people have basically lived their lives in the shadows of human beings, and it's just horrible to think that, you know, they don't live a life they deserve because of the fact that other people were there and they have nowhere to run. They're just totally, eternally trapped here. Humans might ask things of us from time to time. They might fight with us or play with us too. Yeah, no, I see that. I mean, obviously, people could play, people could be really quite nice. I mean, Muddy, I definitely would. But at the same time, I think fighting is a little bit more likely. What wonderful things for us as feral creatures. Oh my god, I know. Yeah, who cannot appear before anyone to look forward to. Yeah, that is interesting. It really is sad. But no, isn't it ironic to think that even in pranks there is some sort of serious meaning? Well, no, they are a little more than pranks. But I do see that. However, as they pile up, proof that we exist will begin to gather. Yeah, and exactly, look at the legend of the witch in the forest, for example. That is proof that people believe in the existence. In the conspiracy. Oh, that's interesting. The servants already call me the witch Beatrice, master of the night. Yeah, definitely, yeah. And are beginning to believe in me bit by bit. Isn't it really quite interesting to think whoever actually did these murders has basically made it so that the servants have really been used as Beatrice has really been used as an excuse for a lot of anyone regarding, I don't know, for example, the servants, and yeah, whoever believed in Beatrice the most, and maybe somebody who has actually encouraged the faith in Beatrice, could be likely that as a result of them having encouraged that sharing of the faith, they have encouraged to build up an excuse that then will be used as, I suppose, if you put it in the phrases of Umineko, a trump card that can then just make everything entirely easier when they actually commit the crime. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, the more they believe, the more those humans will lose their anti-magic toxin. I see. So this means that Father has no anti-magic. Yeah, no, I don't agree, not at all. And that's because he truly believes in the existence of the witch. I am, without any doubts. No, to be honest, I feel like he's neutral because of Angie. This is the thing. He can believe in... No, not necessarily believe in magic. He can understand in magic, but at the same... No. I'm trying to link Angie too much to Battler. But the thing is about Battler is he really denies magic, but at the same time, because of his pure devotion for Beatrice, that kind of forms an exception. And we can see this in how little anti-magic resistance Beatrice is actually receiving from Battler. It's just because of the fact that Battler is so absurdly dedicated to, reaching Beatrice. And it is interesting that... this kind of breaks any rule he has of any anti-magic related powers. I finally realised that, though I thought him to be cold, Father does possess a kindness. Yeah, definitely, yeah, a kindness that can't be seen. No, but this is the horrible thing. I mean, Beatrice views Battler as cold, but that's just because of the fact that... Yeah. Well, if you try, you will be able to be fair. Yeah, I'd like to become a great witch and appear in front of everyone soon. Indeed. Isn't it ironic to think that this isn't even true? The only time they'll be able to actually appear in front of everyone is, in the final parts of it. Then again, in the final parts of it, people were too scared to actually think of the fact that Beatrice is real. They're too denying. Or maybe if they think that Beatrice is real, then they'll start seeing the illusion. But it's just really quite funny that most of the time we never actually see the people who are about to die seeing Beatrice. Yeah. We're doing that repeatedly. We should make people believe in us even more, and eventually we should display even our magic for them to see. No, I see that. God, her laugh is so different. That really shows how little of a witch she has become. Yeah, at that time we should descend upon Dokenjimas, the great witch you told me of. Yeah, isn't it really quite interesting to think that... It's just so surprising to think that Beatrice has lived for such a long time, and yet when you actually break her journey down, it really hasn't been that long. She's had the endless magic power before, but at the same time there have been over 100 Dokenjimas, so she has had it for quite a bit of time. Maybe like I don't know, I don't even know if you could call it a year. Because, I mean, obviously you'd have, let's just say she's done 100 Dogenjimas and she's killed on 100 Dogenjimas. I think, 200 days and then 165. You could probably make up 165 of, extra days within those 100 days before she's actually gone back to, October the 4th in the next one. Isn't it really interesting? This is another reference to the, without love it cannot be seen quote. This is a really quite sweet conversation. What now? Yeah, no, I don't disagree. Yeah, the logic of the witch side is quite interesting. Fuck, it's this song. Oh my god. Dude, this game just knew I was tired, so it puts the most relaxing theme on. Fuck's sake. The loss of the witch side is quite interesting. It keeps me entertained. It does sound credible in a way. When humans are frightened to hear that they've entered a ghost hotspot. Definitely, yeah, they're likely going to start yelling ghost, ghost at the drop of a hat. Yeah, I see that because the prank, for example, where she had, arranged the kitchenware in a creepy manner and then had drawn some scribbles. Of course, they're just going to think, something like this. Their rationality is going to be impaired. Yeah, that's right. At a fundamental level, all phenomena are neutral. Yeah, indifferent and dull. I see that. Yeah. If you want them to be viewed in a certain way, you must first create a suitable environment. I agree, yeah. If a person has charisma, people will interpret what they do in a positive way, even when they screw up. Yeah, and exactly. Even if you screw up and you do something really negatively, unless it's something, irreplaceably bad, like, for example, a crime that's obviously harming of other people. Because I suppose you could say, like... Oh, I don't know, a lot of crimes... There are some crimes that are way worse than others, subjectively. So, yeah, like, for example, what's worse, murder or piracy? I don't know, there's just an example, but yeah, anyway, if people, I mean, obviously in piracy related things, the law does not care about your personality, but let's say, for example, you deliberately break some property and then, no, let's think of a more, because there are some examples that you've done something so bad that your personality won't really change anything. Let's say you, for example, if it's deliberate, no matter how your personality is, perceived by other people, it's going to be bad. But if it's accidental, like, for example, let's say I accidentally drop my keyboard and then it, I don't know, fucking breaks. If somebody who's near me, views me as a nice person, then they're going to bat an eyelid more to my mistake that was probably really quite stupid than if, I didn't. Yeah, so if a person has charisma, people will interpret what they do in a positive way, even when they screw up. I see. Yeah, definitely, yeah, I guess in that sense, the Beato's small efforts aren't misguided. No, I agree, yeah. Yeah, so, because of the fact that Beatrice has made an effort to make it seem as if a witch is in Dogenjima, people will interpret what they do in a way that satisfies the illusion of a witch.
はたまた誰かのいたずらかで済む問題。それが夜な夜な屋敷を魔女が徘徊しているという噂が魔女の存在を少しずつ形作っていく。The
with mansion's locks being undone, everything could be resolved by saying that someone forgot to lock up, or that it was some kind of prank. Exactly, though, I couldn't agree more, yeah. However, the rumours of a witch wandering about the mansion night after night slowly began to take shape at the existence of a witch. Exactly, yeah, because this is the thing, whenever something seems too... It is really, really like human logic, because whenever something seems too difficult, whenever something seems too much into the unknown, what we do is we take things that we do know, and we try to make sense of that. We know witches, we don't know of any other theories. What's easier, making sense of a witch, or thinking of an entirely different theory? And if a witch being the culprit of this does actually make sense, then of course we're going to think about, you know, the witch and its involvements rather than our own.
夜の屋敷でおかしなことが起これば、それはすべて魔女の仕業とみなされる環境の成立。
An environment was established so that if anything strange happened in the mansion at night, it would all be viewed as the work of a witch. And yeah, exactly, yeah.
なるほど。そういう論法がまかり通るまでに至ったなら、
If you follow that reasoning to an
それ
extreme,
はもはや夜の屋敷には魔女がいるのと同然を意味するわ。
then what you get is no different from a witch existing in the mansion at night. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah. After the Bertos, I love that, the plural of Beatrice, that's hilarious. After the Bertos finish their mischief of unlocking and opening the window, they enjoy the coolness of the wind and the brightness of the moon, then became gold butterflies and disappeared into the... Oh, that's sweet. That must be such a pleasant relationship. Yep, they're both gone. Ha! There was no way of knowing whether the window they had opened had actually been opened by them. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, I suppose you could say it's the devil's proof. The servants might have forgotten to lock it up, or one of the family might have opened it after the servants had locked up and forgotten to shut it again. It is a devil's proof, yeah, or maybe someone had played a prank. In the same way that none of these possibilities could be denied. I know, that's the thing. Isn't it really interesting to think that even if people don't believe in witches, because of this train of thought, their anti-magic resistance will be decreasing. In the same way that none of these possibilities could be denied, it was also impossible to deny the possibility that a witch really had opened to enjoy the night reads. Yeah, it is interesting. So if you don't actually interpret this with the lens of magic-related things, then you could think that, you know, the increase of things that somebody... Now... Wait, hang on a second, I really need to be thinking about this. I've left out a detail that is fucking key. Right, whoever the culprit is, it's either the servants, Jessica, Natsuhi, or Kraus, because of this. They want to give strength to the illusions. Why would they do it in a time where nobody in the Ushinomiya family is there? How could, for example, Eva do it if she's in a different house? I think the culprit has got to be one of these people because of the fact that whoever they are, they're strengthening the illusion. And now I think... So Shannon was unlocking the windows. There was some detail about the servants. They were all walking together and then they were... you know, they were all unlocking the windows. So the last person on that line of people who was, you know, unlocking the windows, they could have just locked them and then unlocked them again. So all of these illusions could have been explained by a human culprit. So I think, I'm going to be honest, I think it's most likely a servant. I don't see why Jessica would do it because of the fact that she could potentially get tricked for her. You know, she could get tricked. Her parents would not forgive her whatsoever. But at the same time, it doesn't matter about motive in this case. It just matters about means and whether people actually have them.
観測者なき結果は無限の過程を持ち得る。
Seriously, yeah. A result without an observer can possess an endless number of ways in which it might have occurred. Yeah,
それを
exactly.
たった一つの可能性でしか捉えられない人間に
Yeah.
は何も想像することができない。
No, I agree, yeah. Humans who can't grasp anything more than a single possibility are unable to,
しかし
to imagine
魔女の
anything.
可能性を信じられる者には魔女のいたずらを想像することができる。
Yeah, however, people who believe in the possibility of a witch can imagine that it was a witch's prank.
今我らが見たベアトリーチェたちのいたずらの光景は事実としてかけらに刻まれる。
When that happens, the scene of Beatrice's prank that we have just seen here is etched into the fragment as a fact.
魔法の原点の一つだわ。
That is really interesting. That's one of the foundations of
家
magic.
庭の虚飾。
No, I see that. Yeah, embellishing the process. With just a little magic, even a mass-produced stuffed animal. Yeah, it could be reborn as a wonderful, unique stuffed animal filled with a mother's love. I wonder what is being mentioned here. If you doubt it, it will be burnt by the anti-magic toxin. Yeah. Exactly though, yeah. Yeah, definitely, yeah. If you believe it, that magic will become the truth. Yeah, because the thing is, magic is always an embellishment of the truth because of the fact that magic may aid... Well, magic doesn't aid a result, but it's just really interesting to think that, you know, magic can actually make it so that something has been resurrected, but at the same time, by thinking that this impossibility is actually belonging to magic rather than some sort of human trick, the truth and what is also passed on to other people and influences other people as well is... You know, it's written over because of the fact that it's magic related. Isn't it really quite funny to think that if there were enough believers, any single thing could be overwritten by magic? Like, for example, you could literally, I don't know, walk down the stairs backwards and override that with magic if you put up a convincing argument. I don't know, something ridiculous like that.
Hmm. 魔法のすべてが悪いわけじゃない。
No, not all magic is bad.
マリアお姉ちゃんの言う通りなのよ。
Mario One-chan was
いい
right.
魔法だってある。
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Mario One-chan was right. Good magic exists too.
邪悪なる魔法を退ける力も人の子には必要だろう。
It might be necessary for a child of man to possess the power to repel evil
し
magic.
かし、愛ある魔法を焼いて汚さぬこともまた人の世の愛なのだ。
However, refusing to burn away and defile love-filled magic is part of how love in the human world works. And it is really interesting to think we can think of another, you know, example of magic being totally embellished. I mean, it's such a casual, yet, casual thing to pick up on, but at the same time, you know, how she just, you know, instinctively feels as if love is filled with magic, and, you know, there's nothing regarding emotions that is significant apart from the fact that, you know, they are all caused by magic. They're not caused by brains or hormones or anything like that. And obviously the brain's response to those hormones. Well, not really the brain's response, but, you know, the target organ's response. But I suppose, you know, how much the brain secretes it definitely impacts emotions. Yeah.
What? 許せるのはいい魔法だけよ。
Oh yeah, yeah, good. Well, you can see anything
それ以外は全て否定して焼き尽くすに限るわ。
For all other kinds, the best remedy is to deny them and burn them away. Yeah, exactly. Like, for example, what has happened in Rockenjima in 1986. Oh yeah, I do wonder what she thinks of this.
人の子らしい答えだ。
A typical answer for a child of man.
話を戻すわ。
Getting back to the
ここ
point,
まででわかることはやはり
knowing this
ロッ
much.
ケン島の夜の支配者と呼ばれた亡霊ベアトリーチェは存在しないということだわ。
Knowing this much, I guess this means that the ghost Beatrice, who was called the ruler of Rockenjima's night, doesn't
夜の
really
屋敷で
exist.
起こる
Yeah.
不可解な現象の総称に過ぎない。
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, it's nothing more than a general term for any inexplicable occurrences that take place in the mansion after
すなわ
dark.
ちベアトリーチェとは人物名ではなく現象名に過ぎないのよ。
Yeah, seriously, yeah, I like that. Yeah, in other words, Beatrice isn't the name of a person, it's the name of a phenomenon. Yeah, exactly, and you don't even have to interpret anything here and anything that's actually happening regarding, you know, unexplainable occurrences with Beatrice. You can interpret it with anything. No, sorry, I accidentally worded that wrong. You can interpret it as Beatrice, but how you actually interpret it to be Beatrice could be anything. Like, you could interpret it just to be Beatrice, but you know, you may have entirely different perceptions of Beatrice as, you know, another person does. But at the same time, because they're still... because they're all branched under the same person, they add, you know, a decrease to her anti-magic resisting power. If anything bizarre happens, it all becomes the work of the Golden Witch. That environment in which a witch could exist is what Beatrice is. Yeah. Yeah.
それが累積して1986年に至る。
Yeah, that keeps building on itself until we reach 1986.
これこそが真犯人が被っているベールなのよ。
Yeah. This is the veil that the true culprit is hiding
そし
behind.
てそれを被っているのは紛れもなく
Oh, yeah.
人間の誰かだわ。
And the person hiding behind it is without a doubt a
この
human.
魔女たちの過去物語の時点ではそうも断言できよう。
Perhaps this holds true at this point in the witch's tale of the
し
past.
かしその論法だけで1986年も戦い抜けるとは思えぬぞ。
I mean, I would have thought you could. However, I doubt you can use that argument alone to fight off all the way through 1986, don't you? Bit ambiguous, that. That is interesting.
バカバカしい。
Ridiculous.
そんなの誰かが戸締まりを忘れたに決まってるじゃない
Oh,
ですか。
wait, so Shannon's actually talking about everything regarding the locks. Yeah. I do totally see that. Yeah. Exactly, you can't... The bullshit regarding the witch is just... You know, you... It's like saying I can't think about how to solve this question. Oh my god, it's obviously a parasite is eating away at my brain and my lymph nodes are going to become itchy. And then my death is going to be a reference to a VN. Yeah, this is interesting. No, but at the same time, you know, Toya, i.e. Featherin, has actually solved all of the things regarding the mystery. So at the same time, I mean, even though it seems quite absurd that she would say this, I mean, you know, because of the fact that she actually knows the truth and yet she's saying something like this, I just kind of get the impression that's to deceive Angie. Ridiculous. Wasn't that obviously because someone forgot to lock up? Well, it could be, yeah.
それを言われると
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Well, you may say that, but
でも一度や二度の
Still.
ことじゃなかったんです
that just proves that somebody is really determined. It doesn't necessarily prove the fact that Beatrice is there. And if anything, why would a witch, if they are as superior of a being as a witch, open doors? Why wouldn't they kill you all? I mean, obviously we know the answer, but they don't. So, you know, that's something they should consider.
それはつまりあなたが一度や二度どころじゃないくらいに
In other words, you're a klutz, a
何
fool.
度も戸締まりの確認を忘れるドジで間抜けでアンポンタンな使用人ってことじゃないんですか
In other words, you are a fucking hurtful, detestable asshole. Jesus Christ! In other words, you're a klutz, a fool, and a moron of a servant who forgot to check not just once or twice, but many times. Fucking hell.
シャノンだけじゃないよ。
Yeah, Shannon isn't the only one. Yeah, I think it's really, really good that... I mean, even though, you know, obviously Eddie Kai is trying to disprove one of the biggest truths... prove one of the biggest truths in Umineko. You know, don't do this in order to do it. I think it's good that George is actually trying to divert the attention from the truth here. I mean, obviously, because he believes...
他の使用人の時にもいつも同じ窓が開いていたんだよ。
Yeah, that is interesting. What if the... You know, some sort of person who is trying to make it so that everyone has an illusion that is believed in. It's making it so that either they have OCD or maybe there is something suspicious going on. Shannon isn't the only one. That same window was already opened, even when other servants did the rounds.
私も母さんに夜に廊下の窓を開け
Oh,
っ
that
ぱなし
is
にしたことは
creepy.
ないかって聞かれて
Especially because of the fact that she literally lives there. Hmm.
そんなのやってないのになんだか怒られたぜ
I had absolutely nothing to do with it, but she still got pissed. Isn't it really quite interesting that when you think of the viewpoint of the illusion, then sure, that's the case. But at the same time, if you think of the viewpoint regarding humanity, then no. I'm sure Beatrice wanted to gaze at the moon.
何度も同じ窓でそういうことがあると薄気味悪いよな。
Well, to be fair, what if you have an illusion? What if, for example, you're a witch or you're a human being? This works for both theories. And, you know, you just want to have a nice view of the window. Maybe it's the best in that place, so you always go to the same window. It's a bit creepy to have that happen over and over at the same window.
それに厨房の料理道具が積み上がってて不気味な魔法陣だかの落書きがあったってのはもっと
It does sound freaky, I agree. Yeah, and that time when the kitchenware was piled up in the kitchen with a creepy magic circle scrawled there sounds even more freaky.
え
Yes.
血みたいなもので不気味な魔法陣が
Ah,
書かれていたって
yeah.
話で
That is actually really quite interesting that this is not, you know, the murders in the first year, they were not the first thing that a magic circle actually resided in. They said it was an eerie magic circle drawn with something like
そ
blood.
れ以来厨房の見回りもこうなられていて
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Ever since then, people have been scared to patrol the kitchen. I mean, to be fair, it is understandable. I mean, if you just see, like, you know, not only a nightmarish sight of, you know, really, really odd kitchenware being piled up and, you know, it being piled up in an odd manner and then seeing blood magic circles.
厨
Jesus.
房の不気味な魔法陣事件
Yeah, but at the same time, somebody could have easily drawn that. About the case of the easy magic circle in the kitchen.
目撃者は誰ですか
Who witnessed that? By the way, I think with the magic circle related, yeah, who witnessed that? That is a really good
と
question. Well, it wasn't
私
me.
じゃないです私はその多分辞めちゃった使用人の子に教えてもらったはずです
I think I heard about a servant kid who quit.
私の勤務日じゃなかったし。
Well, it doesn't necessarily mean you couldn't have done it. I'm not even joking. It doesn't necessarily mean that.
つまりはそういうことです。
So it's basically like
心
this.
霊スポットに尾ひれがつくように、あなたたち使用人も夜の屋敷の階段を少し面白がったりはしていませんでしたか？
Yeah, but no, I do see this. Yeah, she's totally seen through it. Yeah, so it's basically like this. Just like those exaggerated stories you hear about haunted locations all over the world. Oh yeah, no, I see that Kisaragi Station. There's my favourite one. You servants like to have a little fun telling ghost stories about the nighttime mansion,
あ
right?
なたがそうして魔女が存在するかのように語り、それを伝染させているように。
Yeah, and it is really interesting to think that if, you know, more oblivious people were actually infected by the belief of Beatrice being a witch, then that gives light to the thought that, you know, a servant has actually done it, and a servant has been the original creator of the illusion of the witch. Whoever had that portrait put up, I feel they have a connection. So maybe Genji? I don't know. Hmm.
つまりベアトリーチェの仕業ということになってる不気味な出来事は全て。
Yeah, and it is really interesting to think that this understanding is he's going into it with this understanding. He's being trained to deny the witch at all costs, no matter how impossible the crime seems. So, all of the eerie things that are supposedly done by Beatrice are baseless
何かの偶
rumors.
然か事故、あるいは面白がって誰かが捏造した根も葉もない噂話。
Which are either the result of coincidence and accident, or something that someone fabricated for fun.
そう言いたいわけか。
That's what you're trying to say.
そういうことです。
Exactly.
ベアトリーチェなんて存在するわけがないじゃないですか。
You're saying this in front of Maria. Of course, there's no way Beatrice exists. Yep, first person. Oh no.
ベアトリーチェはいる。
Beatrice exists.
バトラさんはよくご理解されているようですね。
I'm glad you understand so well, Batara-san.
そういう名の人間、あるいはそう自称して何かを行った特定または不特定多数の人間は存在するでしょうね。しかし私たちが期待して妄想するような黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェなんていう存在は全くにもってありえません。
Oh, Jesus. Just look at who is in the room. These people are two opposites. I don't think this is going to be ending very happily. I'm glad you understand so well, Batara-san. There's probably some person by that name, or else multiple persons, or a fixed or unfixed number who do things and attribute it to that name. However, this delusion of a Golden Witch Beatrice now that we're all thinking of is completely impossible. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, this doesn't give me any good indications. Yeah. Beatrice exists. Yeah, and it is really interesting. I wonder what Erika's going to say to this.
その話を詳しく教えてはもらえませんか？
Oh, could you tell me about that in
あ
detail?
なたはベアトリーチェに会って
Yeah, in detail, yeah. You met
そ
Beatrice.
して魔法を見せてもらったとでも言うんですか？
And did she show you magic or something? No! Okay, I am sorry. Don't tell me she's gonna take advantage and, you know, tease this kid. Oh no, I don't like this. It's just because of the music that I'm thinking that she's going to take advantage of this weak point in Maria and just totally bully her, even though she's fucking 9 years old. And you're probably like my age, i.e. nearly 17. I think Erika is either 15 or 16. Yeah, I see her all the time. Yeah, and that is really interesting. So that shows that the culprit is somebody who comes every time. And I think the reason why Maria's actually able to see this person as Beatrice is she has somehow made it so that her illusion is entirely the same as Beatrice's. Whoever this is, they dress up as Beatrice. But the only thing is, they dress up as Beatrice and then they give an illusion that... See, this is the thing that I don't really understand. I just don't get how the culprit has dressed up as Beatrice and then has been able to appear in front of Maria and Rosa with exactly the same voice. I mean, I understand that it's an illusion. It just sounds really weird that they interpret it in exactly the same manner. Or maybe what we're being shown is a sort of branching of all of the interpretations that could be possible. So it's varied, and what we are being shown doesn't objectively show what everyone sees. So that does... I think I've argued it out, actually. But then again, yeah, I think I've definitely argued that out. I see her all the time. Every time I come to Rokkenjima. Yeah, and it is interesting that some of that is going to be really hard to argue against, and she always shows me fun magic. No, but this is another really interesting point. So, how did the culprit actually know about the fact that Maria was going to be able to need a, you know, a candy to actually revive and, you know, make it so that it was in its previous form again? It is interesting to think that whoever did this has probably... No, they've probably had some sort of suspect who is in the... accomplice suspect, which is in the family, who has a really, really high amount of significance because and knowledge of what's happening because of the fact that he knew Maria's candy was going to be broken, and then strengthen the illusion of the witch by making it so that the person who's most gullible is, you know, the belief is added to her, really. Denying the witch, the existence of the witch, who would always have oh my god, I'm so tired. Denying the existence of the witch would always have the immediate effect of infuriating Maria. Yeah, seriously. Oh, Jesus, yeah. Yeah, however, Erika, who didn't know this trick to avoiding Maria's fury, plunged into it head on. Yeah, but no matter how much Maria tried to sell the idea of Beatrice's existence, she stood no chance of defeating the ruthlessly intelligent Erika in an argument. Exactly, yeah. George and Jessica hurriedly trying to calm Maria down. Yeah, but there could be no pulling her anger at this one. Oh, no. So she showed you magic? Oh, I like what she's doing. Maybe Maria's going to be so mad that she's not going to be able to explain. Who knows? God, I can't believe you have made this kid this upset, and yet to satisfy your own intellect and to get the feeling that you're right, you know, you just continue. Hmm. What? A human could have done that. She would always use me magic to give me candies as a present. A human can do something like that. Beato can create candy with magic. Yeah, but no, I see that. Yeah, she just took it. You are an asshole. Did you hear her voice? She just took it out of her pocket, didn't she? Oh, Jesus. I mean, yeah, it's fucking obvious that Maria is just being swayed by the illusion of the witch. Why do you fucking care? Stop insulting and, you know, making this kid cry. Jesus Christ. No, she didn't. It was magic. It was incredible. Tons of candies poured out of an empty cup. Yeah, you've gotta make this. You've gotta make her happier. Well, that's some awesome magic. That's right, that really would be magic. Yeah, it was magic. It really was empty. They still could have just done a little bit of putting it behind their back to refill everything. Huh? What do you mean you checked inside it? Yeah, seriously. This is going to be interesting to see how she reacts. Give it a rest, Erika-san. Seriously? Yeah, she's just a kid. What the fuck? Come to think of it, Erika-sama, would you like some more Kia? What the fuck happened? You know shit is serious when Umineko characters speak in English, what? I'm having a seriously intellectual discussion over here. Yeah, no excuse. Well, she doesn't care about the fact that she's being a complete arsehole when she's making a kid cry because of the fact that she's disproving them with her intellect. You outsiders can stay out of this. God, you're a total bully. You have to tell me in more detail, Maria-san. Yeah, what do you mean when you... you can just tell how mocking she is in her tone. What do you mean when you say that you checked inside it? Fortunately, we have right here with us a teacup that has just been overturned and empty. Come on, be my guest and reenact what happened then, okay? Let's see it, if you would. Let's see it. So bloody intimidating. Jesus fucking Christ. After holding down the cup of black tea, which he had just overturned and was still dripping, upside down over the table. Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, I get... Isn't it really quite ironic that she just thinks she genuinely owns the place, so much so that, you know, respect is something that will never happen. And it is interesting to me that, you know, she is... It's so obvious that this is the last episode for Erika. She's going to try and make everything as hellish as possible just so that she can have her intellect satisfied as much as possible. Erika's eyes glowed repulsively, like those of a snake about to snap up a frog. God. I love that analogy. Yeah. Those eyes were ice cold and had a madness in them that made one want to avert the gate. Yeah, no, I see that. Yeah, and on the other hand, Maria was was glaring furiously. Her whole body shaking. Uncontrolled. Jesus fucking Christ. In the greatest expression of an anger that a human can manage. Yeah, definitely. But at the same time, this is what happens when you deny everything that these people stand for. Yeah, the look on her face was frightening. Not at all what you'd expect from a 9-year-old. Yeah, God.
お二人ともおやめください。
Yeah, stop it both. Yeah, seriously, yes, stop.
ベアトリーチェはね、
Okay.
こうやって
Beatrice took the empty
空
cup
っぽのカップをね、
and then she did
テー
this.
ブルの上に逆さに伏せておいたの。
She put it upside down on the table.
はい、それで
Yeah, and then what?
そのまま開いたら飴玉が溢れ出してきたわけですか。
Did she lift it up right away and candies flow
それ
down?
はすごい。それなら魔法ですよね。それならば
You are poison. Yeah, and then what? Did she lift it up right away and candies flowed out? Incredible, that really would be magic. It would be. God. I know, that's the worst thing. Yeah, Battler and the others tried to get between the two of them and calm them down, but it was no use. They violently pushed aside the others. Jesus fucking Christ. God! They finally pushed aside the others and, glaring at each other from so close that their foreheads banged together, they repeatedly slammed the upside cup down on the table. The sound of their foreheads banging together and the cup being slapped down shattered the barrier. Yeah, barrier between reality and illusion. Oh, Jesus. What?
魔法だよ。魔法なんだよ。
Wow, I'm just genuinely surprised that we're here. That was not what I was expecting whatsoever. And I was never expecting to see a place that looks really quite otherworldly. But isn't it really interesting to think that this right here is potentially Maria's interpretation of all of the events? So this obviously isn't what is happening. They are not necessarily in some sort of really beautiful, actually really quite beautiful, not in some really quite beautiful, you know, reddish background with a bloody, you know, uncharacteristically large moon behind them. No, they're not. It's just Maria's interpretation of what's happening because, you know, she's just involved in her fantasies, really. I do wonder if that could be why. It is magic, it is magic.
キャンディーを生み出したんだよ。
Beator used magic to make candies appear.
なら再構築してもらいましょうか。
Yeah, that is going to be interesting, but then you can say, because of the fact that there is somebody with the anti-magic toxin there, you can't reproduce it unless you have loads and loads of power, which, you know, it just gives you the impression that because of the fact that this is all an illusion, then, you know, if you're saying something, saying a lie, you can't then, you know, do something that could be loosely interpreted as anything other than what you were lying about, really. Then why don't you reproduce it for us?
マリアージュ・ソルシエル創立者にして原初の魔女のマリア。
Jesus Christ. Founder of Maria Sorciera, Maria, the Witch of Origin. Yeah. I really hope she gets disproved.
取るに足らぬ相手です。
Yeah, no, I do see that. Yeah, because obviously she should, because of the fact that she's so absurdly arrogant, know that, you know, she's won. But no, she will keep on going. Lady Edgar, this opponent is not worth your time.
戦うまでもありません。
Yeah, seriously, yeah, this battle is not worth fighting.
お黙りなさい、殺人球体関節人形。
Yeah, shut up, murder doll.
さあ、
God, see, that's all you say to that. Oh my God.
この伏せたカップの中がどう飴玉で満たされたって言うんです？
How do you claim that the overturned cup was filled with candies?
カップをひっくり返したってキャンディーは出てこないよ。
Just Just turning the cup over won't make candies come out.
だって魔法を使わなきゃ出てこないもん。
Yeah, because you have to use magic.
ベアトは魔女なんだもん。魔法を使うんだもん。
Beato can use magic because she's a witch. By the way, I do find it really interesting that what, you know, Eddie Carr's actually done. I bet you anything she's actually asked Burn Castle for, you know, the true magical status of Maria, and then she's just used that to totally take, you know, totally mock her. Oh yes, magic. She used magic. How did she use magic?
魔法のステッキを振るってカップを叩いたら飴玉が溢れ出した。
Jesus Christ. Did she swing a magic wand and tap the cup? Oh my god, I nearly said cunt by accident. Oh, Jesus Christ. And tap the cup to make candies pour out.
違いますよね。違いますよね。
No, that can't be it, right?
ベアトは魔女だから。
God, look at Maria. Yeah, Beato is a witch, so she uses magic.
魔法は呪文を唱えて奇跡を起こすの。
Yeah, magic happens when you say an incantation and cause a miracle.
キャンディーを生み出す魔法も呪文を唱えなきゃ使えない。
Yeah, you can't use magic that makes candy unless you say the incantation.
はいはい了解。グッドですグッドグッド。
Oh, sure, understood. Good, good, very good.
呪文をどうぞ魔法をどうぞ。さあさあどんな呪文を魔女はどんな風に。
You are so... I don't think I've ever seen such a bad bully. Because the thing is about bullies, what they do normally is they just think, oh, ha, Maria likes magic, you know, let's just bully her. No, but the only thing that's worse about Erika is she is trying to really, really dig deep into her magical interest. Well, she's not just bullying her for having the interest, but she's trying to go as deep as possible into, you know, the actual interest herself. And the more she knows about the interest that Maria has, the more she's just going to completely slander and bully her as a result of it. This is just her using reasoning for bullying, just because of the fact that she wants to prove a point. And obviously she's an intellectual rapist, as, you know, she always says. She exists to make people sad, really. Come on, try and picture it. Yep. All illusionary. Yeah, come, try and picture it. The inside of the cup filled with candies. Yeah, you try and picture such a wonder, and then it actually becomes true because of the fact that it is really, really weird that you can picture it and yet it becomes true. How are the candies genuine candies though? That's what doesn't make sense to me. Oh, I do wonder. Try it and picture such a wonder. Jesus. Oh, and then what? Look, the inside of the cup. Please tell me it does actually have candies. Okay, thank God. If I think it's really, really nice that it has actually worked in Maria's favour. If it was empty, oh my god, that would be even worse. Look, the inside of the cup is filled with candy. Maria grasped the overturned cup so slightly that it nearly cracked. Oh, so tightly that it nearly cracked. And slowly lifted it up. Yeah, that is interesting. And in this point, there has actually been candies in the inside, it seems. Then from the inside, several cute candies poured out. Maria looked at Erika with a full smile, as if to say, No. There were so many human tricks that could actually happen. What if, for example, in the table you could have some sort of mechanism that makes it so that there's a circle. There's a circle with there's a button, and then you click the button. You press the button, and then some sort of mini piston rises out, and then candy is actually put on the piston, and then when Maria puts the cup in reverse, then you could explain it with a trick like that, I suppose. I don't know. Then from the inside, several cute candies poured out. Maria looked at Edgar with a full smile to say, as if to say, that showed you. Good dog. And this is what you'd like to call Beatrice's magic, is it? Oh no, Delana. Dude, look at her face! Beat. Beat. Two. To death? What the fuck? What, as you wish. This is unbelievable. I won't let anyone deny Bertho's magic. Magic is impossible. Yeah, you might be telling a lie about something that never happened. Repetition demanded. Jesus fucking Christ. Repetition demanded. Failure to respond will be a violation of Noxus the 7th. I'll respond, this is the truth. Well, yeah, that's still... What if the illusion really happened, and what if a trick was really responsible for it? It doesn't necessarily prove that magic happened. I'll respond, this is the truth. This is the story of something that really happened. Interesting that she can use the red. Yeah, exactly. It could entirely be something like that. It depends on the size of the cup, though. If a really, really big cup is filled with candies, then I don't really understand how you would do that. Then again, what if there was some sort of opening in the table that you could... No, I've got an idea. What if there was some sort of opening in the table that you could somehow remove from the bottom? I don't really know what it would be. No, let's say there's a little opening in the table. What you do is you tape it, and then you yank it from the bottom, you remove it, and then what you do, you fill it up with candies, but you don't... No, you fill it up with candies, and then... No, how would that work, actually? No, I don't know if you could do that. Well, if you made it so the cup was directly affected, and then if you could just swipe the cup and then all of the candies would fall in somehow. I don't know how you do that, though. Because you'd have to make it look like you're not scooping the candies in. So that would make it really hard to do something like that. This wouldn't have anything to do with a trick in the actual cup or the table, making it just a sleight of hand, right? God, that'd be against the rules, wouldn't it? Yeah. Hidden devices and tricks are in violation of Noxus the Oh, shit. Maybe not then, that's really tricky. However, if and only if foreshadowing has been presented, these are permitted by Noxus 8. Yeah, fair, yeah. Noxus 3 prohibits hidden doors and devices that have no clues pointing towards them. Yeah. However, by presenting foreshadowing and clues that point towards the existence of said devices. Yeah. Noxus 8 allows them to be used. Yeah. So, I just genuinely wonder what you could do. The only thing is, it is actually really quite tricky. I mean, how would you would need to look at something that has actually been foreshadowed within the episode. Oh, that is interesting. Yeah, there were no tricks like that. Yeah, that is weird. Then again, what if it could be some sort of... If it was an ordinary table and we know that the table was exactly the same, then what could you do? Like, genuinely. It was an ordinary cup, though. That's the weirdest thing. It was just an ordinary table and an ordinary cup. What was? I don't know. I don't really think you could have that. I don't think you could have the context I tried to take it out of. Yeah, and when it says there were no tricks like that, what if it could be like a different trick? Doesn't necessarily disprove it. Understood. Oh my god. By Nox's knife, we acknowledge that Maria witnessed magic. Oh no. With the knife. That's right, with the knife at least. Yeah. Observers are always allowed to speak their personal opinions. Otherwise, mysteries where the culprit is seen dressed up as a woman and is written "I saw a woman" would all be disqualified. Jesus Christ. I can't imagine how it must be to spend time with this person. Sure, that's fine. Claim that you saw magic all you want. But that is fair, yeah. All truths and nothing more than claims. So I'll make a different claim and see straight through yours to the truth. She is nasty. I don't think I've ever heard such a malice in somebody's voice. Such a sadistic malice as well. It's just as if she is enjoying the pain of Maria so ridiculously much. It's disgusting. That's a detective's duty, and where we shine the most. It is actually really odd that this is just an ordinary cup and an ordinary table, though. Oh my god, you are a fucking idiot. Define ordinary. Boom. There are two words that entirely make it. There are two words that can permit anything with a red truth. What if you're accustomed to seeing... Okay, ridiculous argument, but it doesn't matter because it still is valid. What if you are accustomed to seeing tables with pistons in them? You could then argue that they are ordinary. Thus, that could mean that that may work. What if cups had some sort of... What if the candies... I just thought of a really good idea. What if there was some sort of secret magnetic, you know, secret bit of magnetism that was actually really hard to be displayed? And what if the candies had some sort of tiny magnet that was attached to them? I don't know. When I say this, I mean you have like tiny little magnets that you can, I don't know, glue onto the candies, and then they can just go up to the top, and then they can just accumulate like that. You could in theory do it like that. And define ordinary, then you can get past the red truth. Oh my god. Could that work? If you're watching this, please comment. I'm genuinely curious if that could be a valid way to deny it. There's nothing to see through. This is magic. Since it is magic, only witches can use it, right? That's right, only witches can use it.
では人間の私にも使えてしまった
Is he actually going to try and use it? So if a human like me could use it too.
魔法ではないということになりますね
That would mean it isn't magic, right?
お前なんかに使えないよ
No. You can't use it.
ベアトにしか魔法は使えないもん
Also not true. Yeah. You can't use it. Only Balthor can use magic. Good.
なら私がやってみせようじゃありませんか
Then why don't I show you?
この空のカップの中に飴玉を生み出してお見せします
I like candy appear out of this empty cup.
やれるならやってみてよ
I don't disagree that she will be able to. If you think you can, you just
無
try.
理無理無駄無駄人間にできるわけがない
If you think you can, just try. Impossible, impossible, useless, useless. There's no way a human can do it.
なら期待ご期待こうご期待
Then please, 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 just relax and watch. Sorry, hold up a sec. Glasses are being glasses. The usual thing I use to clean my glasses is broken at the moment, so I've got to make use of this. Sorry, I'm... Please, 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 just relax and watch.
さあここに空っぽのカップがありますよ
Here we have an empty cup.
よろしいですかよろしいですね
Jeez. I just hate how she talks. Is that okay? It is, isn't it?
それをこうしてテーブルに伏せます
Then we turn it over on the table like this.
無用の戦いと思われる
Isn't it really interesting that, you know, this fight has no purpose. There is no point in this whatsoever. All this fight is doing is making it so that you are proving somebody else wrong. And you are making them, you know, this is a kid. It's like telling a kid and proving to them that Santa Claus isn't actually, you know, the person who delivers your presents. It's your parents. Yeah, let it be known that this fight has no purpose. God, they must be so despair.
飴玉を生み出す呪文を唱えますよ
Okay, can you say the incantation for creating
なんな
candies?
ら一緒に唱えますか
In fact, why don't we say it together? Oh, Jesus.
さあさあ思い浮かべてごらんなさい
Come on, try and picture it.
カップの中にキャンディーがいっぱい
The inside of the candy is cup is filled with
そんな
candy.
素敵なところを思い浮かべてごらんなさい
Try and picture such a wonder.
ストップ
Stop.
マリアさん
Maria-san.
どうしてあなたは呪文を唱えるときに目を閉じるのですか
Why did you close your eyes when you said the
魔法
incantation?
の奇跡をどうして目撃しないんです
Yeah, that is interesting. Yeah, why not witness the miracle of the magic?
人間は半魔法の毒まみれだからだよ
Humans are polluted by the anti-magic
卑
toxin.
しい人間が見てたら魔法の奇跡がかき消されちゃう
If a lonely human saw it, the miracle of magic will be wiped out of
だから
existence.
卑しい人間が魔法を使うときには目を閉じなきゃいけない決まりなの
Yeah, that's why the rules say that lowly humans have to close their eyes when using magic.
なるほどなるほど人間の魔法に対するお作法了解しました
I see, I see. Okay, I understand the protocol for humans to follow when magic's being
つ
used.
まりあなたは魔法の瞬間を目撃したことは一度たりともない
No, I
そうい
agree,
うこ
yeah.
とですね
Yep. In other words, not once have you ever witnessed the moment that magic happened. Isn't that right?
さあ出来上がりです
Look, it's done
どう
now.
ぞカップを開けてみてください
Please try and lift up the cup, okay?
私がキャンディーを生み出す魔法を使いましたから
Oh, I really hope she's disproven. Yeah, after all, I've used magic to make a candies
魔
appear.
女をバカにするお前なんかにキャンディーの魔法が使えるわけない
But Burn Castle, therefore disagree. There's no way someone who makes fun of witches can use candy
で
magic.
はもしもうまくいってましたらお慰み
Yeah, then if it actually does work, it would be pretty amazing, huh? After glaring at Eddie Card with the... Yeah, understandable, yeah. This person deserves nothing but it. Yeah, after glaring at Eddie Card with the utmost of malice, Maria slowly stretched her hand out towards the overturned cup. No, I disagree. There was no way that Erika, someone who made fun of witches like this, could ever use magic. It is interesting with magic-related things. If you understand the farce of magic and the fact that it's all an illusion, then you can actually use it as much as possible because of the fact that you know the components behind it. Look at Basilar. He is an endless sorcerer. There's no... There will be candy that... Yes, there is candy
カッ
there.
プの中はどうです
So how's it look inside? Oh, yep. Yeah, that is interesting. And there lay a single candy with a cute wrapper. See? Yeah.
これが魔法ね
This is magic, right? It's a single candy. It could have so easily been placed there without anybody's knowledge. And Erika, she is a literal detective. Of course, she is going to make something that will contrast with the illusion. But now she has made her human trick. So that somebody who is a complete believer in the illusion and, you know, refuses to see anything past it is believing that she is a person who has the potential to manipulate the illusions. Oh no, Erika smiled gently. A look of disbelieving shock rose to Maria's eyes. Yeah, along with envy for this person who could use the same magic as Berto.
エリカも
Erika.
魔法が使えるの
This is where I kind of get the impression it's going to get way worse at. Yeah, Erika, you can use magic too.
ね魔法でしょ
See, it's magic, isn't
こ
it?
れが
What I did there. Yeah.
ってことはつまり
So in other words... Oh my god, please tell me somebody's gonna finally shut her up. Erika smiled pleasantly. She and Maria had finally reached it. No, it's all gonna crumble now. She and Maria had finally reached a deep understanding.
わけねえだ
Holy fucking shit. Of course it isn't.
あんたが目つぶってる間にカップ開けて飴玉放り込んだだけじゃないですかこれが魔法こんなの三流手品でしょうがやっこれがまず探偵としての青き真実ですそして重ねて真実の魔女としてくれてやります赤き真実を
Holy motherfucking shit! That is all I can say. Dude, I was just enjoying that. Oh my god. That is ridiculous. I just genuinely can't believe it. Oh my god. I mean... God, I can't believe this though. I mean, why? How is it possible for you to be this fucking crazy. God, I love Erika's VA. She is absolutely killing it. There is nobody who can tell me differently. Well, you had your eyes closed. Yeah, exactly. I just lifted the cup and tossed a candy in. You call that magic? It's just a third rate trick. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, there's my blue truth as the detective. Now, as the witch of truth, here's my red. What's this going to be? Yeah, that is interesting, yeah. Yeah, your so-called candy magic is nothing more than a sleight of hand. Yeah. God, to deny it's in red as well. Yeah, just a sleight of hand that a fake witch calling herself Beatrice or whatever claimed was magic. She's 9, you detective. I'm gonna be honest, I think in this situation, Battler, or to be honest, I really feel in this situation, like, to be honest, I think all of the family members are completely useless for not calling Rosa. Or, you know, doing something about it themselves. I'm sorry, but if somebody is being this out of order, you raise your voice, you start a fight. Because, you know, as a result of that, well, to be fair, both, you know, letting the argument play out or intervening yourself, they're both going to have the same effect of upsetting Maria. Then again, intervening is going to make it so that, you know, Maria's life and way of living, though it may be a complete lie, it's what makes her happy, so you shouldn't disturb it. Does it really make it happy? Is it really helpful? No, sorry, healthy even. No. Look at the, you know, look at her revenge of taking off Rosa. The only thing that's good is that she can view happiness in really, really sad situations. Nothing else. You are horrible. I just find it really, really interesting that Erika is in the ultimate disproving mode. And, you know, she wants to disprove this poor, poor sod so much so that, you know, she is just becoming wild herself. I mean, God, I can't imagine how Maria is like this. Like I said, it's like a kid being disproved. You know, it's like you being disproved by someone who's a complete arsehole and who's older than you and who actually has more understanding of reason about, you know, something like Santa Claus when you're really, really young. It's horrible. Completely mocking you and making you feel awful as a result of what you believe and what you live your life standing by. Everything you ever thought was magic was just a trick that you didn't get. Yeah, no, I don't disagree with that. I mean, Jesus Christ. There's no way that was magic. There's no way magic is it. I mean, I don't disagree with Erika. This is the thing that I hate about Erika. What she is saying is true, but at the same time, I support Maria even more because of the fact that she's, you know, the victim and, you know, Erika's being unbelievably horrible here. Interesting that her blue barrier has actually been... Oh my god, Sakataro is there. It might have been... I did not expect Sakataro to be using the blue. It might have been sleight of hand when you put up candy in this cup. Yeah, fair enough actually, yeah, but that doesn't prove that Beato's magic was also sleight of hand. Yeah. Oh god, what is she gonna think of Sakataro? It doesn't, I agree. However, you also can't prove that only magic could have done it. Oh yes, that's really going to add a lot to this blue... Fucking bitch. She really is, you know, she is just on another level of horrible nature, really. God, if I ever had a disrespectful guest this bad, I would ask them to bloody leave. And I'd throw them in the dungeon. No, I wouldn't, but still. She makes me so pissed off that I actually have to think things like that. Ooh.
金家謹んで申し上げ
This is
た
going to
て
be
ます
interesting. Please allow me to speak.
無
Oh
用の
my
勝負
god.
これまでと知りたまえ
I love that everyone, all three of them have said this. No, this is a meaningless battle.
この紙切れどもが
You got them scraps of paper.
いいところで邪魔を
Fair enough, actually. Why do you have to bun in it with the good part?
これで十分です
That is enough.
カップの中にキャンディーを表す魔法についてはマリア教に手品であっても魔法だと誤解する可能性があることが示されました
Yeah. Lady Maria has been shown that the candy cup magic could possibly be a trick that she misunderstood to be
よっ
magic.
て魔法であるとの主張は却下されます
Therefore, her claim that it was magic is dismissed.
でもマリアの時は本当に魔法だったかもしれないよ
However, it might really have been magic when Maria saw
手
it.
品が存在することが魔法を否定することにはならない
Yeah, I do see that. And then you could devil's proof magic's existence. And you can't say in red whether magic exists or not because of the fact that that would be a direct
エリカ教お見事です 見事マリア教の魔女幻想を打ち破りました
Yeah, well done, Lady Erika. Congratulations on crushing Lady Maria's illusion of the witch. Yeah, now what's going to happen? Wow, what a productive battle. What's the result? A 9-year-old really fucking upset. Brilliant. Jesus Christ, this person. Never make this person have kids. Jesus. An illusion of the witch occurs when someone tries to force the acknowledgement of magic by claiming that a thing would be impossible without it. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, it's how witches launch an attack. If someone's able to successfully argue back and show that it would be possible without magic, the illusion of the witch is defeated and the witch must retreat. Yeah, I see that, yeah. The magic Maria claimed to have seen could be a trick, so it was unqualified to be acknowledged as magic. Yeah. However, that was only the result of this battle. It was still too early to bring the fight into the domain of denying Beatrice. Yeah, the witch and the magic that Maria had believed in. Oh no, are they actually not going to end this? However, battles always end instantly. Yeah, when your opponent surrenders. Edikar wanted to hit Mario with everything at once, defiling the witch and the magic of... Jesus. She believed him. Good question. Why? And crushing it without a fragment of... Agreed, yeah.
あと一歩で波が引いた後のまっさらな砂浜みたいな無垢なハートをズタズタに引き裂いてやれたのに。
Just one more step and I'd have been able to take her heart as innocent as smooth sand. Just after a wave has pulled back and tear it to bits. Jesus Christ, what a shame.
今日が覚めました。
This isn't any fun anymore.
これで満足？
Are you satisfied now? Ooh, what's happening here? Edikar grumpily punched Delana's arm that had been restraining her. So deserved. Oh my god, I think it's really, really nice that Delana's actually restraining her, because obviously these people, even though they are, you know, really nice people who are sort of serving a fucking roach, you know, they need to still satisfy the roach's demands because of the fact that they're serving them. But I find it really, really nice that Delana has a point where, you know, I think it's the second she can legally, you know, legally in terms of her, you know, in terms of the rules, the second she can actually do that with being permitted, she will. And I just think it's really, really good. Like Edikar, you know, had said, you know, Mario's heart was just as innocent as the sand that has, you know, been washed up by the sea. Has not been totally spoiled. It's just horrible to think, like, what is Maria going to view this delusion like? But to be fair, delusions like these aren't helpful. No, sorry, aren't healthy in life. You need to get out of them. Then again, at the same time, it doesn't apply to everyone. But I'd assume that something that bends reality this much in later life could potentially be really, really bad. Just in terms of, maybe, no, I don't know, I just... Well, then again, I don't really know. That's just kind of how I view it. It's just insurmountable cruelty. It really, really is. Ooh.
外交官特権。
Diplomatic immunity.
この勝負はもうおしまい。
Good. This battle was over.
近景。
Allow me to speak.
外交官特権。了承するもの。
Oh, good. Yeah. Yeah. I do find it really interesting. So, yeah. I just want to fully check the definition so that I can apply this. Yes, a legal protection to allow them to avoid the force of the battle, I suppose. Yeah, allow me to speak. Diplomatic immunity accepted. Good. Seriously, yeah, no, this fight is childish. God. Did you say something? Oh, I wonder what they're gonna do now, because... Good for you. She did not. Let us withdraw. I mean, obviously they have conflicting views, but at the same time they don't necessarily have to be enemies. It's just because of how much of a ridiculously horrible and detestable person Edikar is that they are considered enemies. Lady Maria is no enemy of yours, Lady Edikar. There is no need to pay any attention to a small fry such as this. You're right. Seriously? Well, I'm happy you realise that. How childish of me, tearing a kid's dreams apart. Die. I'm really sorry, okay? I apologise for my momentary lack of elegance. Well, for your lack of elegance, a kid is now probably going to be crying and their life is probably going to entirely be changed. Oh wait, I forgot they're going to die. How do you know that? I apologise for my momentary lack of elegance.
行きましょう。
Let's go. Erika and the others turned their backs on Maria, who was still crouching. God, she must be so distraught. However, as detectives and famous mysteries have always done in the past, Erika clapped her hands, stopped, and oh no.
そうそう。
Oh, that's right.
いかがです？
You are a bastard. What do you think?
ただカップが伏せてあるだけで。
Simply by the existence of an overturned
フ
cup.
ルドエリカはこの程度の推理が可能です。
This level of reasoning was responsible for Vilvador
い
Erika.
かがです？皆様方。
I think you're a fucking egotist and you shouldn't be praised for doing things as horrible as this. What do you think, everyone? God, I know. I feel so bad for Delana's lot. They are all good people, and yet they have to leave a kid like this. It's just horrible. But this is when you are. This is what happens when you are, you know, doomed to serve such a horrible, horrible person. Erika's merciless. Yeah. Yeah, laugh like the fucking psycho you are. Erika left, leaving an evil laugh behind her. Yeah, seriously, yeah. After bowing to Maria and Sakutaro, Delana left too. Yeah, they're gone as well. Yeah. Gertrude and Cornelia followed suit. After that, only Maria and Sakutaro were left in the lonely Golden Land. Yeah. So, I do wonder what's going to happen now. I wonder what Maria's going to think.
魔女だもん。
Beato is a witch.
ウリュウ、ベアトは魔女だよ。
Beato is a witch.
魔法だもん。
It was magic.
魔法だもん。
It was magic.
魔法だよ。ベアトは魔法でマリアにキャンディーをくれたんだよ。
It was magic. Beato used magic to give you candy.
疑わなくていいんだよ。
Yeah, and if you want to believe it, you should. This is the thing about Angie. I think this is just such a key, you know, message we were actually given in episode 4. If, you know, these people in their circles, they actually want to believe what, you know, they believe. As weird as it may seem for another person, you shouldn't try to impose your values on other people. If Maria wants to believe in this shit, let her. And obviously, you know, whether she'll grow out of it or not, it's ambiguous. It doesn't matter if she won't grow out of it, because, you know, she should live her life how she wants to, really. It's just horrible. How Erika is just forcing this horrible truth about, you know, the thing that she has most faith for. Yeah, please believe in Beato. I can see why he'd say that. You know the magic can't bear fruit unless you believe. God, yeah. Surrounded by an ice-cold drizzle that has started falling at some point. Yeah, it is interesting that, you know, you can just totally see how the Golden Land is a world reflective of somebody's emotions. You know, the clouds crying, as Maria's crying at the same time. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, trying to at least protect her from the rain, Sakutaro used his large sleeves to cover Maria's head and stayed there by her side. Right, Erika, please get evicted. Okay, let's go, Maria. Yeah. Oh, God, I bet you she's just left this room as well. Let's go play cards together in the room upstairs.
エリカさん、
Erika-san.
僕は今のやりとりはあまり大人として尊敬できないね。
I mean, to be honest, I think it is mature of George to say this, but Jesus Christ, I'm going to be honest. I think in a situation like this, anybody should have done anything about it. I mean, she has displayed such a ridiculously unacceptable level of, abuse towards Mariga. There is no person who should have done anything, who should have just stayed silent. Even though I think it's good of him to actually maturely say this, I'm kind of disappointed in them.
どうもすみません。
I mean, even though they were impossible to actually convince at the time because of how invested they were in their conversation, they still should have tried more. My apologies.
私もまだ子供なもので。
You're still old enough to think for yourself, mate. Yeah. Yeah, how can you see that and not feel bad about yourself? Yeah, after seeing that wonderful candy magic brutally insulted by Erika. Maria. That's so sad. Get Rosa, to be honest. Get her. Firstly, see the effect of your fucking guest. Secondly, get this person her mother, to be honest. I mean, obviously, I get all of the stuff that has happened regarding, Mariga and Rosa's relationship, but still, Mariga does love Rosa. No matter what happens, so just get her.
食後のクイズ大会の時から感じてたが
Yeah, arrogance beyond belief. This is going to be interesting though. I started noticing it as soon as the after dinner quiz party.
お前性格悪すぎだぜ
Seriously, yeah, but your personality really is screwed up.
楽しいか
Yeah, maybe this will have just as much as effect on, a normal person, but who knows. Do you think this is fun?
小さい子の夢ずっとずっとに引き裂いて楽しいかよ
Do you like tearing a little kid's dreams apart? Yeah, seriously.
バトラ様もおやめください。
Please stop, Badala-sama.
どうか私に免じて、この場はこれ以上はお控えください。
Please, for my sake, don't push any further.
お願いいたします。
That's key. That is absolutely key. Shannon, who had been looking flustered, bowed her head deeply and implored Battler to stop. George, who didn't want Shannon pressured, fell in line.
行こ
Let's go.
う。また
Yeah.
今年も僕たちはいとこ部屋で過ごそうよ。
Yeah, let's spend this year in the cousin room
テレビ
again.
を見たり、トランプをしたりして遊ぼう。
Yeah, and Erika can fuck off. We can watch TV and play cards.
エリカさんの部屋用意があるそうだから。
Yes, Erika has her own room. She has her own room. Well, she's not exactly going to be in it, but still. I've heard that Erika-san has her
シャ
own
ノ
room.
ン、案内してあげて。
Yeah, Shannon, please guide her there.
まだ結構です。
Oh, no need to bother yet.
私はもう少しここでのんびりすることにします。
Yeah, and you'll duct tape every single window. I'll relax down here for a little while
余
longer.
韻を楽しみたいので。
Well, just continue with the lies, won't you? I want to savor it a bit.
何の余韻だよ
Yeah, I know. What the hell are you trying to savor? Yeah, it's just... Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, Battler and the others could no longer hide their irritation. Yeah, good. Jesus Christ, yeah. They have no obligation to entertain their uninvited guests any further. Exactly, yeah. Yeah. Well, if the detective was a nice person who actually respected other people and their interests and their worlds, then, maybe she could have been welcomed. Erika herself understood perfectly well that no place would welcome a detective. Battler and the others wanted to leave, and Erika wanted to stay. Yeah, neither had any desire to stop the other. Yeah, exactly, it's perfect for Erika. Isn't it interesting to think that, Erika could have probably done this horrible act just in pursuit of, having this happen. Jessica urged Maria, God, who was still crying, to come along. Then Maria stopped and spun around.
何か
Got a problem.
たまにいるんだよ。魔法を信じない毒素の塊みたいな人間が。
Oh, this is just gonna make it worse and worse. They do exist here and there. Humans who are practically lumps of toxin and don't believe in magic.
私のクラスにもお前みたいな男子がいくらでもいるよ。
Yeah, no, I see that. Yeah, there were lots of boys like you in my
魔女も
class.
魔法も奇跡も幸せも何も信じない。
Yeah, they don't believe in witches or magic or miracles or
そんな
happiness.
程度の奴らの毒素に焼かれて灰になっちゃうようじゃ魔女になんかはなれないね。
You can't become a witch if you let the toxin of people like that burn you to
マ
ashes.
リアはこう見えてもベアトリーチェの弟子、
I may not look at her, I'm Beatrice's
原初の
disciple.
魔女見習いなんだから。
I'm the apprentice witch of origins. This is the thing, those titles mean nothing. Oh, I know, I see that. Yeah, Maria, who had been crying quietly a second ago, seemed to have been transformed into an entirely different person. Yeah, she laughed and I cackled eerily. Yeah, honestly, I think the theory I had in episode 1 is what I think has most likely been happening with Maria. She is not a witch, all of the witch stuff is an illusion, and I think this is just, you know, another personality induced by trauma from, you know, abuse from Loza, really. That's what my theory is. I mean, it's horrible, but at the same time, it does add up. Basilisk group stiffened up at this. Oh, I know, at this sudden change, but Erika was watching calmly. Yeah, probably just fully observant. Then she smiled and gave a small nod in response. Good.
相性は悪くないです。
You've got some
お
guts.
やすみなさい、ミスマリア。
She even has the balls to use Maria's to steal Delana's greetings. Jesus Christ. Good night, Miss Maria.
次はもっと手応えのあるゲームで戦いましょう。
Let's fight in a more challenging game next time.
そうだね。そうしようね。約
Sure,
束
let's-
しよう。
It's a promise.
マリアもよせって。
Yeah, you stop that too,
行
Maria.
こう行こ
Come on, let's go.
シャノンちゃんもどう？
What about you,
よ
Shannon
かっ
chan?
たら一緒にトランプ。
Come with us if you want to play cards.
ほんの一戦でもいいから付き合ってくれよ。
Come on, join us for at least one round.
厄払いになるぜ。
It will cheer you up.
ああ、じゃあちょっとだけ。
Oh, then just for a bit. Oh yeah, don't you dare talk to that person. Yeah, Shannon couldn't remain in this suffocating lounge any longer. In part apologetic and in part trying to escape, yeah, she followed after Basilisk group. Good. Yeah, after that, Erika was the only one left in the and that's going to be really quite interesting. Yeah, still wearing a thin smile, she tapped a glass with her finger. There was a light clink, a chink even, a surprisingly boring sound, as if there's metal in the glass. Wait, no, hang on a second. I don't know, I was misreading something. Yeah. Even so, Erika wore a thin smile, as though... Yeah, that is interesting.
お待たせしました。
Sorry to keep you
お
waiting.
風呂に入っておりまして。
I was just in the bath.
おや、皆様方は
Oh, where is everyone?
入れ替わりですね。
You just missed
つ
them.
いさっき2階へ上がりました。
Yeah, make everybody disappear. They went up to the second floor.
あなたを呼んだのは私です。
I'm the one who called you. Really? That's a bit odd.
何でも悪事島の話や森の魔女の話などにも詳しいと
That's
か。
gonna be interesting. I've heard that you know a lot about the story of Akujishima and the tale of the Witch of the Forest. Yeah, because it is actually really interesting that Erika at the moment she is making it so that she has as much contextual knowledge as possible.
まあ
Informed. Be informed about something before you deny it, I suppose. Yes, well,
たわいもない話ですが
it is a trivial story, but
たわいなくて大いに結構です。
I don't mind it in the slightest if it's trivial. Yeah, because you can get fun, you can get enjoyment out of completely slandering it.
湯上がりに一杯いかがで？
Would you like a drink to follow your bath?
私もたまにはサービスくらいしますので。
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, what are you gonna do while you're, getting a drink? Erika stood up, opened the refrigerator behind the counter, and put ice into the ice pail. Oh, that's it. I was expecting some sort of really sudden jump scare. I don't know. That's paranoia induced by playing too much Higurashi, I think. Right, what's the time now? We're nearing 12. Or is it not going to switch? No, it doesn't look like it. Right. It would have already switched if it was going to. Right, where are we? So it looks like we're going into the Kinja. Oh, we're in the arbor. Interesting.
エリカちゃんか。ずいぶん変わった子だね。最近の若い子とはどうも相性が良くないよ。
Yes, you can get along with young kids. You're a really nice person. You just need to not hang around with some of the most awful and, inconsiderate and mean and unempathetic and, inhumane arseholes I think I've ever seen. God, I mean, when people say that when you play Umineko you hate Fururo Erika, I mean, my God, I mean, before I could really see what they were saying, but my God, now I can just see it more than anything else. God, that was disgusting what we played today, genuinely. It was very interesting, don't get me wrong, the Illusion of the Witch stuff was perfect, but at the same time it was just horrible to see how Erika uses, like a total bully. She really is like a bully. The thing is about the bullies though, beforehand, they just use it based on their common sense claims. The fact that they, they haven't been brought up to believe in magic, so as a result they don't. But the only thing is, with Erika, I think this is the worst type of bullying. What you have is you have some sort of really, enjoyable thing, or let's say a belief, like, I don't know, for example, let's say there's a religious kid, and then somebody else uses their reasoning and imposes their reasoning, even though, this is a key point, even though their reasoning may not be objectively correct, they impose it on the other person, and then that other person feels as if, their entire beliefs are being shattered, and then they just feel as if everything's a joke. It's horrible. And I just find it really interesting, the complete malice of Erika here is just, it is very interesting to see, how it was done. And, yeah, I thought it was a really good scene today. Oh my God. I mean, Erika's VA killed it. She really did. And, yeah, it was just interesting stuff, seeing the stuff regarding Eva Beatrice, and also, Angie and Featherin as well. Oh, that's nice. And, yeah, man. Oh my God. God, it genuinely feels like today has been one of the biggest marathons ever. Oh my God, you do not believe how tired I am right now. Holy fuck, man. Oh yeah, I'm excited for tomorrow because I have no work, unlike, Saturday and Sunday. Therefore, that means I'm going to be able to begin Umineko early. So, yeah, I'll be able to play for a lot more time tomorrow. So, yeah, see you then. Hope you enjoy. Hope you enjoyed this video. Actually, never mind, I forgot. I'm sorry, but if you tell me... Oh, yep, just got to make sure you can see it. Take this out of context, and then this shit right here is absolutely key. For my sake. Why is it yours? Right, either one interpretation is that, you know, Shannon has, maybe if Shannon's caught arguing, caught finding, caught in an area of mass conflict because of the fact that people haven't actually been able to, you know, control themselves, even though they're under the presence of somebody who's responsible. That could be one interpretation. Another one, if we link it more to the illusion of the witch, is that she's done all of the means of getting people to believe in Beatrice, and she, for her sake, you know, cannot have this go on any longer because of the fact that she may be exposed for what she has done. She's obviously seen that Erika is really good at reasoning, so maybe it could be an attack on her. Oh, that is interesting. Oh my god. Oh, that was so fun today. So anyway, now, true goodbye. See ya.